Okay, we're going to talk about lab safety. So on this tab about lab safety, I've asked you to watch this little video clip here on lab safety, and then you can come back and go through the rest of this with me. So you can pause this now, go to the link on the slide presentation and watch the video, and then come back. So labs in here, I mentioned before, are usually done after we've learned about a topic and then we're using that information, but it could be something that happens before. It could be something that I ask you to do on your own at home, or depending on the lab, we may have to watch videos this year. It just depends on how things go with in classroom versus distance learning. So we'll just have to kind of play that by ear and see. But when it comes to general lab safety, I'm just going to run through a couple little things here. Be prepared. So when we're doing a lab, you should watch any video about the lab that I provided to you, read over the procedure for that lab, know where the materials are. So kind of get yourself together about what you're supposed to be doing for this lab so that once you start to work, you can work your way through it. Dressing for labs. If you have long hair, it's probably good to tie it back. Um, Loose sleeves, open-toed shoes. So those are things that you should consider when you're doing some type of lab. Safety goggles might be required. So I have a lab set. And if we use those this year, then we definitely have to make sure that we clean those behind ourselves. There might be incidences where we have to use gloves um, if we have them, hopefully. So again, just use good common sense. If you have loose sleeves and we're using some type of glass beaker, roll your sleeves up so you won't accidentally knock them over and break them. Avoid contact with chemicals and heat. Now, we don't really have a lot of opportunities or any opportunities really to use heat in the class, but we may have chemicals from time to time that we're either observing or we're using in a lab. Just make sure that when you're using any chemicals anywhere in any science class, or pretty much, in life, if there's something you don't know what it is, don't go over and just stick your nose over top of it and take a big sniff. You've probably heard of wafting. So how you can move your hands over the opening of the chemical so you can get a little smell of it. You should never taste something or stick your fingers in it. Um, so that's just kind of a good way to go around chemicals is don't eat them or drink them, and don't just stick your nose right over top of them and take a big sniff. Cleaning up after yourselves. So washing your hands could be something that you might would need to do. Disposing of materials. Um, Chemicals, we really don't have any caustic chemicals that we would have to dispose of um, any special way. Uh, Replacing materials from wherever you got them from, make sure that you put them back because my classes run 2, 3, 4, so I really don't have time to clean up after you to prepare for a second class. You kind of need to do that for yourself. In case of an accident, let me know. If you spill something, let me know. I've got paper towels, I've got disinfectant, we'll clean it up. Um, if you break some glass, don't stick your fingers down there and start cleaning it up. We have a broom and we have a dustpan, and I don't want to stick my fingers down there either. So just use good common sense. When you break something, if you break glass, don't stick your fingers down there. Get the dustpan, get the broom, and sweep it up. And it's always kind of a good by good measure, just to take a wet paper towel and go over any area that there have been broken glass, like from a microscope slide. If we drop and break those, the world's not going to end. We have more, but we don't want to get little tiny pieces of glass in our fingers.